Play analysis. It's what it's all about. Let's look at plays today. Stick around. Greetings, welcome back. 5-Play Friday. We're looking at plays, and we're not wasting any time. Let's look at play number 1, a block charge play. What's your ruling?
Ahead, 1:08 to go. Doyle.
There's your ball screen.
There's bodies hitting the
floor.
floor.
Oh, my goodness.
What's the call?
Oh, my goodness.
All right, a block charge play. We love block charge plays. What do you have on this? Block charge. Put your ruling in the comments below and stick around to the end of the video. You know we're going to break down all of the things on play number 1. And with that, let's move on quickly. Another block charge play, play number 2. The quick transition block charge. Don't you love it? Greetings again, everybody. It's Greg Austin with a Better Official. Welcome to 5-Play Friday, where we look at all of the things. Thanks for joining us today. Let's look at all of the things on play number 2. Right, so we have a transition play after a 3-point goal. If we look at our habits and fundamentals, are we in the right position? Are we anticipating the right things in this? Who amongst us has not had that transition block charge play that catches us off guard, right? Gives us a chance to look at our habits and fundamentals as to how we get into that position of being caught off guard, right? So we got our centers in a great position, great signal strength, right? Everything's great, but we're holding on to the ball, the status of the ball, right? In this situation, we should be anticipating what's going to happen next, finding the defenders. What are they doing? The defenders in transition will dictate what we do as center official here, right? Our first reaction is to stay put after the scored goal, but then we have to find out what we're officiating next, right? And this is a great example on this play, right? Let's go here. Right, we can see right here, right, we're holding on to the basketball, right? Instead, we should be anticipating what's going to happen next. We have to find our defenders here, and most especially find this defender here, right? And we have to get ourselves into position to officiate the next play when it occurs. Charge is ruled, strength at the spot of the foul, right? We're going to have a front court throw in here. Who will administer that throw in? That'd be a question here as well. But our problem here is, right, so on its face, right, this defender is legal as long as they are not moving towards their opponent, right? And it's pretty subtle near the end. If they stop at any point along the way, then they would become legal in this situation. But the absence of our players stopping makes this action illegal, right? If they had stopped right here, they are good to go. But they continue to move forward, right? A guarding player is not allowed to move towards the ball handler in this situation. A subtle movement, but one that puts them in illegal guarding position on the play. Right? That possibly something we could do here, right, is give ourselves a better chance to process what we've just had occurred, right? Again, I ask, who amongst us has not had the block charge play right in front of us appear out of nowhere because we were not anticipating the action of the defender, right? In this instance, if we hold just a second longer, maybe it gives our brain a chance to process the play a little bit more, right? So habits and fundamentals here, obviously, number one, after the scored goal here, we have to find our next job, right? Our job here is not to look at the ball or even this ball handler who, potential throw in here. It's to find what's going to happen next. We're responsible for the middle pack of players here between the arc here and the other arc, right? In transition, find those players, and those players will dictate where we need to be on the court, right, to position ourselves to anticipate possible action. If we do that here, right, you can see it. You can see it all play out. And again, has it happened to me? Absolutely. Will it possibly happen again? Potentially, right? These kind of plays can occur in our game. But a great clip. Thank you, Jordan Fast, for submitting that clip. I appreciate it. Gives us all a chance to see the action on the court and get better as basketball officials. Hey, let's look at our next play.
Back it out, yeah. Now we go high ball screen. Here it comes.
Outside, Devald, he was fouled. That's going to be on number 11, Detweiler. That's his third. Is he going to shoot three?
No, it says it's on the floor.
Is it 1-1 then?
Yeah. No, they're saying it's on the floor. No. Well, what are they saying?
They're saying 1-1.
1-1.
Okay.
1-1.
All right. I thought he might have been shooting, but that's okay. Redskins are on the line.
B.D. Laura trying to get up to shoot the free throw, and they run him off.
Okay, well, Perlin will shoot the free throw.
Yeah.
A little bit of gamesmanship there. You have to like that.
There was.
Ball's up and high off the rim.
Uh-oh, and they got a foul.
That's going to be on Devald.
Yeah.
Trying to get position.
Yeah.
That's going to be his fourth.
Fourth, yep. So.
All right, a combo play. We got two pieces on the same sequence of play, right? So we got a player drives, possible illegal action with their feet, pass, push through the screen, calling officials right there. Great submission here from Aaron Wall, right? But it gives us a chance again to look at habits and fundamentals and just recognize some things about the play. And then on the subsequent free throw action, rebounding foul is ruled as well. So let's take a look at our first sequence here, right? While it is subtle, this is illegal footwork here. Our player picks up the ball with their right foot in contact with the floor, hops off of that foot, puts it back down, right? Super subtle, but just recognize that is an illegal activity. Subsequent pass to the wing, push through, displacing the screener, call is made. right? Some things to recognize here. As center, we are opposite our two partners, right? So do our two partners know what happened on this play? Do the stakeholders in the game know what happened in this play? Obviously, our announcers don't know, right? There's a possibility for confusion, right? If our first move when we make a call is to move away from the spot of the foul, and we may be great with our verbal communication about what has happened. Hey, this player pushed through the screen. This player is our shooter, etc. But it can lead to confusion. This may be a great situation to use our optional bird dog signal and be very clear at the spot of the foul. Everybody sees that the player was shooting the basketball. Everybody in the gym knows that. But we don't know what the foul was, obviously displayed by our confusion by our announcers. Are our partners completely clear as well of what we have, and that we're going to have bonus free throws as a result here? Of course, recognizing that we are in the bonus for both teams, right, as well. And then subsequently, we have the rebounding foul, displacement. And again, we're moving away from the spot of the foul, even if we're kind of leaving it up to our partners to recognize, hey, these are going to be bonus free throws at the other end, right? If we step towards the foul, if we make that just default action on our part, stepping towards the foul and being clear at the spot, this player fouled, this player shooting, etc., right? When we're in our we're feeling it, right? We want to be very smooth on the court, and sometimes we're like making a move like we saw on play number 1 where the official has a little flair, etc. Sometimes they can get us into trouble in terms of communication about what has happened. So if we look at habits and fundamentals on the play, I'd say step towards the foul here, be more clear, make it super clear to everybody involved so that there's no confusion as then we go to the table and report. And again, with the rebounding foul as well, same thing. Step towards the foul. That's white 4. That's our shooter, 1-1 the other end, and then go report to the table. Avoiding confusion in our game is always one of our main objections. If we can just hit that simple benchmark of avoiding confusion, right? Everybody knows what's going to happen next. Especially, that's a tip for a young official. You are a young official. If you are super clear and avoid confusion, your game is better. Coach may say, that's a terrible call, but they know what the call is, and everybody knows what's going to happen next. So we get to the next stage of the game, and we get the players playing and the coaches coaching. Thanks, Aaron, for submitting that clip. And if you want to submit a clip, I will put a link on the screen. I will put a link in the show notes. Submit your clip, and possibly, it'll appear in the very next 5 Play Friday. And you know who really helps fuel our broadcast? Our tremendous show supporters. Who is up on the show supporter big board? Jeffrey Wright, Francesco Sesto, Mike Komnick, Greg Becker, and James Frazee. Much appreciated. Much love. You want to support the show? I will do it. I'll put a link down in the show notes below, and you're going to find it up above as well. Let's move on. Play number 4.
Yeah, was averaging 10.4 coming into this tournament. Double figures last night. Talented freshman.
That's going to be a foul or a travel? What's it going to be?
Talking about
travel.
All right.
Yeah, it was averaging 10 points.
Players thought it was a travel. Right, great crew communication here. Our center a little passive in the initial, or I'm sorry, our trail rather, in the initial ruling, but great job of coming and say, hey, I've got the travel first and conferring. It's great, just great execution by the crew. This official has an open hand. This official has a fist. Come together. Great crew communication. A lot of this coming out of that meeting. Make the ruling and go. Right? So we see a little action by our ball handler. That's how you'd want those meetings to go. So our player jumps off one, lands on two, and then there's a little with that left foot, ultimately lifting their right foot. I don't know that the right foot got back to the floor prior to the foul occurring. Right? So this is a great opportunity. But I think we're going with this initial stutter step with the left foot after jumping off one, landing on two. Right, great demeanor by the officials. This is just business. This is what I have. Head nodding, etc. Great example of crew communication, something we can emulate in our own game, right? There's certainty in the communication. There's the acceptance of what we have. There's agreement on what we have, and then the game moves forward. Excellently handled by these state tournament officials. Moving on, play number 5.
Aberdeen Christian on the Malik Weaker 3 with the lead. Talking to him, getting right to there. All right, get it to Seiler's hand. Seiler crosses over. Seiler all the way down the court. Fouled. Got a foul. 4.5 on the clock. And they have 2 whistles calling it. They get it to Seiler, and he's so fast. How in the world can you get down court that quick? So fast. 1 and 1. They'll say it was on the floor. 1 and 1.
Yep, they both called it on the floor instantly. Seiler to the...
All right, transition play, end of game, 1-point game, state tournament game. Like this is where we build all of our skills to be able to be in these moments. First of all, to be selected to be in these moments, and then executing to be in these moments. So we have something at the division line, possible foul, possible ball handling issue. Great, no call. Right? Nothing obvious in that situation. Player goes. There's 2 defenders on the play. The foul was ruled on the player from behind for the reaching in and the rake. Important to make that distinction. Very clear. This was a foul before the shot. Right? Great habits and fundamentals here. So we've got this player from the top side reaching in. Is the foul. Don't know how the center had a great look at that play, but we do have a double whistle. Right? If we look at just some simple stuff, right? We've got a bench that's standing in the final seconds. We just want to be aware of these things. Obviously, we're going the other direction. It's not a huge deal, but we're allowing players to stand in this situation. Obviously, it's an exciting moment. We're like on pins and needles, want to be our best, etc. Does the clock start properly? Possibly just a smidge late. Player gets down. Don't know the result of the play with the free throws. But this is the spot we want to be in our game. And obviously this crew is aware again, we always want to know in this situation the impact of our whistle on the game, right? Let's say the team was not in the bonus. Are we going to allow this player to get his shot off? Oh. Our Trail's in great position on that play. That's pretty good. Awesome. Awesome. Appreciate that. Let's go there. All right. Well, that's where we want to be. We want to be on that big game, that tournament game, end of game, critical situation, the ability to execute our skills at the highest level. That's why we work. That's why we get better. That is why we analyze game video so that we can improve as basketball officials. Awesome. Well, on play number 1, we had a block charge play. What was your ruling? Let's take a look again at play number 1.
And hard. Over to Doyle. Taps ahead. 1:08 to go. Doyle.
There's your ball screen. and a
There's
block.
bodies hitting
Oh,
the floor.
my
And
goodness.
what's the call?
Oh, my goodness.
Block charge. What do you have on the play? Let's look at all the things. Right? We got anytime we have a player moving east to west on the court, that can be challenging. We don't necessarily anticipate defenders sliding and moving in front of ball handlers in that direction. But this player is attempting to take a charge. Charge is ruled. Calling official uses right. So one of the points of emphasis for National Federation of High School is officials using proper mechanics, not drawing attention to themselves, etc. And in the absence of that, it can present issues. Just need to be aware of that, right? If you are the offended team in this situation, do we appreciate or could we be have some negative energy related to the casual nature of the call or sort of the flamboyance, etc.? Possibly, right? So in this instance, we'd want, I would say we'd want better mechanics, signals at the spot of the foul. One that reflects that it's just business, right? And that we are just making an adjudication on the play. Now, let's look at the legality of the play itself and how we got where we got. Oh, let's go here. So, the path of our ball handler, right, it's critical to identify the path of our ball handler in this situation. They would seem to be moving on this path here. Does our defender get into the path, and are they illegal? Previously, on play number 2, we had a defender who was moving forward. Is this defender moving forward at the point of contact? Let's take a look. Go there. They have not yet established in the path. They are moving obliquely or laterally. This is a tough play. But indeed, that left foot has not come down yet. You could say that they are moving forward into the path. It's a tough one. I think in the moment, would go block. That's me, right? Is this a play that we need to remember as a crew in our game? You better believe it. You better believe it. If we rule charge on this play, we just need to be aware of that. If we rule block on this play, we need to be aware of it. This is a tough block charge play. I would rule a block in this instance. What did you have on this play? Got something different? Put it in the comments below, and we can debate it there. Oh, again, East-West plays with a block charge component to them can catch us off guard. Takeaways on the play. More businesslike at the spot of the foul. Catalog this play as a crew. If we have something similar later in the game, we should certainly have a similar call on the play. Well, there you have it. 5 plays. We've looked at all of the things. Shall we? Shall we include a bonus play? Let's go.
Elbow. Cole Mullins, top of the key. Back over to Sutherland on the far side. And now a foul called on an offensive screen.
No.
Foul on Lawson is going to be his first foul. And that'll be team foul number 5 on
Can
the
I
offensive
see that?
screen call.
Can we roll the bean footage on that one? Oh, that's close. That's close.
He looked pretty solid to me.
Yeah.
Elbow. Cole Mullins.
We love a little humorous flavor with our bonus plays, right? Screening play, love it by the announcer. Oh, gosh darn. Oh, that's our takeaway. Let's hear it one more time.
Oh, that's close. That's close.
Oh, my. Oh, my. Well, let's look at the play on its merits. Screening action is a illegal screen is ruled. Is our screener legal? Let's take a look. We've got a coach with his hands in the air. It's got to be something. All right. So we're sort of in that gray area. Are we screening a moving opponent? Are we establishing a screen not on a moving opponent? Right. They start to move just as we put the foot down. Right. There's some gray area there. To some, a screener who his legs are this wide, it's got to be illegal because of something. There's hip contact, and then our player attempting to get around the screen hooks around and embellishes the resulting action, right? Were they tripped, or was this embellishment on their part? I think we've fooled the ref on this play. I would not call it an illegal screen in this situation. We have great clarity and certainty by our calling official, and that's tremendous, right? When we put rulings in the game, we want strength, confidence, certainty, so that, there's no question of that. Again, if we have this play in our game, we're in the 4th period, right? We don't know what kind of screening action has occurred in the game to date, but we need to be aware of the plays, the plays that we put whistles on this play. Again, if we had something similar in the other direction, we would want that to be ruled in the same fashion. Fantastic. Hey, thanks for joining us today for 5 Play Friday. Much appreciated, much love. If you would do me a favor and do all the things, the liking, the subscribing, and the notify, so you don't miss out on any of our new content. We've got a moment to thank our tremendous show supporters who help fuel our broadcast. Jeffrey Wright, Francesco Sesto, Mike Komnick, Greg Becker, and James Frazee. Much appreciated and much love. You want to support the show? Yes. There's a link in the show notes. And yes, there's one up above. Awesome. We've got additional video content available for you here. Here's a video that I've selected. Here is a video that YouTube has selected now. The question is simple. Which video will you select? We'll see you in that next one. Take care, everybody.